We had a comprehensive presentation on the DHCP client and relay, and it was to one of my Canadian clients. So I wanted to share with you. Maybe it will help you also. So in this demonstration, you will learn how the IP addresses are dynamically given to the devices by the DHCP, and DHCP is configured on the router. Similarly, how devices will be getting IP addresses if the DHCP router is not directly connected to them, that is in another network. Okay, so in this diagram or in this network, you can see this is one local area network, this is another local area network, then we have two routers, and between the routers there is another network, that is 203.0.12.0/30, because we want just limited IPs to be assigned here. That's why we are doing subnetting carefully /30 as because of that. Similarly, this is a network which is 192.168.20.0, and this one is 192.168.10.0. Okay, so now we have configured DHCP in this router. So how to do that? You need to create three pools. So one pool will be to give IP addresses to all these devices, one pool will be to give IP addresses to all these devices, and one pool is to give dynamically IP addresses to these interfaces of the router. Similarly, you can exclude some of the IP addresses for the reasons that is because maybe in the future you will have a need for that. And similarly, one IP that is for this interface should be always fixed, because we want this to be used by these devices to get IP addresses directly. I'm explaining that how it is getting that. So excluded ranges, you can include that also while configuring the pools. So you can create three pools. Here you can see the pools are created. One is IP DHCP pool lane 1, and then the default router, the network and DNS server, everything is specified. Similarly, for lane 2, that is for this lane, another pool is created, and similarly for this one, another pool is created, which is present here down. Okay, this is how you can create the pools. Now how to exclude ranges or how to exclude IP addresses. So you just need to write the command IP DHCP exclude address. If it is one address, just mention that. If you want to exclude a group of IP addresses, that is in this case 10.1 to 10.10, so a range is excluded, you can specify that also. And one IP in this case for this lane, for this network that is between the routers, I have also excluded one IP, that is 203.0.12.1. It is because this will be assigned manually to this interface. I have assigned it manually to this interface. So DHCP is configured, everything is working properly, but now the question is how these devices will be getting IP addresses, because these are in this network and the DHCP router is here in another network. So for that you just need to configure relay, that is you need to configure this interface of the router connected to this network as with the command IP helper address, and then mention the address of this interface, which is the interface of the router giving IP addresses dynamically, which is configured with DHCP. So how you can do that? Just go to this interface, then write the command IP helper address, and then mention the address of this interface of the router, which is giving IP addresses. So with this command, you are giving instruction to this router that when you get a request from these devices which are asking for IP addresses dynamically, you need to forward that request to this router, to this interface. That's the concept. Okay. Similarly, you want this interface of the router 0 to get IP address dynamically from router 1, because router 1 is configured with DHCP. So you just need to go to this interface of the router 0, then write the command IP address, and don't write the IP address, just getting IP address dynamically. You just need to go to desktop, go to config, and here instead of static you just need to click on DHCP, and here we go, DHCP request successful, and you see 192.168.20.13 IP is given to this, because 20.10 up to that range we have excluded the IPs to not to be assigned, because in future maybe that will be required for server printers and so on. Okay, so I hope it will help you. If you want a more comprehensive and detailed demonstration on this lab, you can comment, you can mention, I will try to record out. more detailed and comprehensive video. Okay, similarly, if you want to check on this like on this lane, you just need to go to the staff, do IP config, and instead of static you just need to click on DHCP, and here you go, you will see successful IP is given dynamically, and also default gateway, DNS server, everything is given. If you want to click on this, you can confirm this also, that is just click on DHCP, and here you go, you will see IP is assigned 10.5. Also, you need to make this whole network working properly. For that, you must be configuring OSPF on the routers, because these are different networks, and because of that, after that it will be able to do communication. That is, we can check that also. Just write ping and mention the IP address of the other side, 192.168.10.5. that is on this other side of the network, like another lane. So you will see reply will be coming. Maybe first packet will be lost because of ARP, and then reply is coming. What we did, we ping from this device to this device, we pinged this device. Okay, so this is how the whole concept is and how these things are working. Why we need helper command using here? Because ARP message, not ARP, DHCP messages, request messages are broadcast. When these devices are requesting for DHCP message, like sending DHCP request message, they are sending broadcast message in the whole network. And when that broadcast come here to the router, so this is the important point for all the engineers, that router do not broadcast, do not let broadcast go outside from this network. It is stopping that. So with that command, you are giving instruction that forward it to that side also. So with the helper command, you mention this IP, and then this router is like forwarding the request message to this interface, and you are getting IP addresses. You can see it like visually also. Just go to here, I have clicked on static, go to simulation, and after in the simulation you can come here back, click on the router, sorry, the PC, click on DHCP. You see a message is like a packet is generated. If you play it, it will come here, this will forward it to this side, and replay will come back from this router. Let's observe it, it's interesting. So you see it is broadcasted, because DHCP request message is always broadcasted. It will come there to that router, and now click tick mark is done, because this was for that router. That router was responsible to send the message back, and it is only for that one device, so only that device will be accepting this message.